Hi everyone, I am Ketra. Today we are going to do a collective reading together today. And the intention of this reading is in reference to those sober souls, those on the path to spiritual recovery and healing from so many things, from past traumas or behaviors that no longer serve you, or situations or just ways that you were from before, and the path that you're on now. So today's intention is to discuss step 9 in spiritual recovery, which is basically it's making amends, right? And the reason behind making amends is it's justice, right? So this is my feeling on justice. Justice is what tells us what the right thing is and how to interact with other people and how to treat people. And justice is actively working to balance the scales by righting the wrongs and addressing your shadows or the harm you've caused. So that is the basis of our reading today, and that is the basis, the spiritual step 9. And how we do that with humility to do so. We also use self-discipline to do so. And we do have to tap really deeply into love of others and creating a new way to accept yourself with acceptance of self. That is so key. So what we're going to do is we're going to check in with Oracle and Tarot to just kind of get messages for our soul, whether you are actively working through step 9 or just kind of like revisiting the steps while you're on your soul's path to recovery. So what I like to do is use the Akashic Soul Records Oracle to just kind of figure out where are you at right now, and what message does your soul need to hear, because there is a lot of work that you get to do. And I say get to do because it's a blessing to be able to be at step 9, to be able to right those wrongs, to be able to put balance back in your life and back in the life of others. It gives you that opportunity to help them heal while you're healing as well. So, and it is also an opportunity I wrote down. I just wanted to share this. Changing behavior, forgiveness of self, and making things right with others to help them heal. Okay, so where are we at with our soul? Cosmic belonging. You realize you are not separate. You are a thread in the grand tapestry of existence. A profound peace fills you. So that is the first message from the Akashic Soul Records. Our next message is going to be building momentum, which is exactly what you're doing. If you're on step 9, congratulations. You're doing a fantastic job. Don't give up. Keep going. Your efforts are beginning to gather speed. Small actions compound into powerful change. Stay consistent and let momentum carry you forward. And it is when we have that opportunity to make amends, to kind of right those wrongs in any way that we can. And then not to perceive how the other person should accept your willingness to make it right. Just remember that you're continuing to move forward. Every single step gets you closer to, what do they say? Before the miracle happens, right? But to me, every step is a miracle. Every day that you're able to stay sober or no longer participate in those behaviors that no longer serve you, every single day is a miracle. And if you're working the steps, you are getting closer to that divine connection and to knowing that your higher power, God, whatever you resonate with, the divine, is always with you. And all you have to do is ask and let go. So we're going to use this oracle deck here. Bear tree. Don't waste your energy or efforts on something that is clearly not bearing fruit. And I think that is also an important message too. So if when you're doing your amends and you're coming up to kind of like some roadblocks, or you really want to make amends with somebody, but they just are not willing, that's okay. Like, it's totally okay. You are doing your part every single day. And others don't have to accept where you're at. They may still need to do some healing of their own. So just remember, just be mindful of that, I think, is that message. Your next message is listen to your inner wolf and embrace your sacred wild nature that thirsts for freedom. And I think that's very true while you're on this path too, because it's like there's a part of you that just wants to be released. It's the part that you've suppressed with those past behaviors, whether it's like substance abuse or whatever. There's a part of you that really wants to wake up that really wants to wake up to the divine guidance. So let's go ahead and we're going to use Soul Contract Oracle to get a message from them as well. And then we'll do a collective reading together just to kind of see where you're at and what you're working through. So this message is Circle of Life. Every phase of life has its purpose. Embrace the rhythms of cycles to find peace and insight. Wow, that couldn't be more truer when you're on this step. Is you really just need to embrace every interaction that you're able to have with others, have the humility that's necessary, and also come from a place of love. The reason that you're doing these things are not just to get them done. It is to come from a place of love and to try to rebuild the things that went wrong from before. The last oracle deck we're going to use is the Inner Child, but I'm going to save her for the end of the reading. That's just how I feel about that. We're going to use one of my very first favorite tarot decks. They're pretty, they're gold. We're going to figure out where you're at. Sorry, that was probably really loud. We're going to figure out where you're at. So we're going to pull one card as if it is you and go from there. So, wow. So 3 of Swords. I'm so glad that card came out because this is you. This is what you're doing right now. You are taking the steps that you need to heal your heart. You're also taking the steps you need to heal others' hearts. That's the justice part. That's the balance part. The balance of giving of yourself the humility and just expressing it to others where you're at and what you would like to do for them, or if you can, to move forward on your soul's path. So next is the crossing energy. So this is either going to be helping you or hurting you. 8 of Cups. So that crossing energy is just a reminder to continue to walk your soul's path, continue to walk away from the emotions that don't serve you. So again, I'm just really kind of feeling to say again that sometimes others don't want to accept your amends, and that's okay. And don't hold judgment against them. That's their right, you know. But I really feel like this is a reminder to, again, don't waste your energy on efforts on something that is clearly not bearing fruit. That was one of your oracle cards. So knowing this will help you if you don't let it hurt you. You know what I mean? So just stay true to your purpose. Stay true to your soul's purpose right now. So we're going to take a little sneak peek into like your recent past. Wheel of Fortune. So for you in your recent past, it may have been hard to get that wheel to turn in the right way because of past behaviors, because of the times when you were in your shadows. So it feels like this is what you want to do right now, is move that wheel forward. So it being in your past position, let's take a look at what's in your present position. Let's take a look. 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is, he's the wounded warrior. He has been through it, but it's okay. So he's still standing, and so are you. You're standing and you're taking the steps, which is so fantastic. So you just need to focus on this one. It is a 9. It is the 9 of Wands. I just heard it in my head. Ketra is the 9. And this is step 9. So this is you right now. You are working step 9. You are the wounded warrior. You are taking it one step at a time. That one wand that this person is holding on to is the one thing that you're working on right now. And that is you and your soul. And you're working to give justice to others. While you're doing your amends. That is so, I'm so taken back that is your future card. That is the now, you know, that is like what you're doing now. So that is so fantastic. And even if you're not doing it presently, but you've just stumbled across my video, you know, this is it. This is you. You are working towards your future. So we're going to do messages from above. And this is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands clearly happens after the 9 of Wands. So this is you taking all of those burdens that you've experienced while you were in your shadows and just pulling them all together. And then you're just going to work through each one of them. And then what that's going to do is that's going to basically, I don't mind this card. Like some people are like, oh, you're carrying all those burdens. absolutely, it's time for you to carry those burdens and then release them one by one. And in this card, he is carrying all those wands because that's this person's like harvest. That's all their hard work. So this is them, this is your guides showing you that this is what you're doing right now. You're putting in all this hard work so that you can get to step 10. And also in this card, I always feel like once he's taken all of his wands, he gets to go home. And that is the purpose of spiritual recovery, in my opinion, is that we're trying to go home and not necessarily like leave earth, go home, but we're trying to reconnect back to God. We're trying to reconnect back to the divine. So this is your advice from above. Take a hold of what you need to do right now and just work through it. So we are going to do 3 cards of advice as you're continuing to work through your steps. What 3 cards of advice can we give them as they're continuing to work their steps? Okay. 10 of Pentacles, absolutely. I knew you were going to come out. Okay. So it's the Justice card. I knew she was going to make an appearance because this is it. Justice is the basis of this spiritual recovery step. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So your advice from above, in reference to just moving forward, is 10 of Pentacles. Just understand that this is what you're working towards. You are working towards happiness and harmony. You're working towards stability. You're building back those relationships with friends and family, but you're just doing it one at a time, like that 9 of Wands Wounded Warrior card. And then again, exactly what I had said earlier, which is justice is what tells us what the right thing is and how to interact with other people and how to treat people. So that is that balance. And that's what you're giving yourself. And it's what you're willing to give others with humility and coming from a place of love and light. And then this is you, ready to go. A lot of wands, because what does it take? It takes drive and it takes ambition to do what you're doing. You should be very, very proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. I am also on the path of spiritual recovery. So if you ever need to talk about anything, feel free to leave a comment or send an email. If you'd like a one-on-one reading with me, there is a link in the description. Just go ahead and click on that and then we can go from there. But this is you right now. This is you. Just kind of curious about your future, kind of curious about what the next step is and how you're going to achieve it. But yeah, this is you just ready to take a hold of your future with that balance and with that 10 of Pentacles energy in mind. So I absolutely love that for you. I knew the Justice card was going to come out. I'm so glad she did. I'm so glad. All right, so let's go ahead and get a message from our inner child, because again, this is what we're doing. We are working on ourselves to connect to the divine, to connect to God. And in the meantime, we are also trying to connect with our higher selves. And also, I always connect the inner child and the higher self together, because when we're kind and loving to ourselves, that's and the way that you do that is how you would treat like a small child. So how would you treat a small child that needed love and guidance and kindness? There's just so many different ways from how we used to treat ourselves before, right? So let's go ahead and get a message from our inner child. Today is the day. It's time to begin the journey. That is a beautiful card. I'm just going to hold that there for a second. So just take in the beauty of that card. It is just absolutely beautiful. You know what? We're going to read the message on that card. Today is the day. It is a number 36, which also breaks down to a 9. 3 and 6 is 9. I love that. I love spiritual synchronicities. I also call them spiritual dots. 36. Oh, 36. Almost. Today is the day. It can seem overwhelming when you look toward the finish line of a journey you have not yet begun and see how long it will take to reach the end. But the finish line is not always where your intention belongs. It belongs in the space right in front of you. The journey begins with one step and continues with the next step and the next, until one day you will have arrived. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to do what you have been putting off. Wow. So many people on this step, they put it off because of so many reasons, right? Oh, this is awesome. Self care exercise. Make a commitment to yourself to begin your journey. Though it might seem scary, know that beyond the horizon awaits something more wonderful that you can know in these present moments. No one is ever truly ready for their first steps. It is not perfection that we seek, but a life lived fully. Oh, I love that. And then there's a journaling prompt. Journaling does help. So let's go ahead and read it. How does it feel to start your new adventure today? Take some time to list all of the wonderful things that will come to you on this new journey. There is so much to look forward to, and journaling does help. Like, get yourself a beautiful book. Like, I have this beautiful, amazing book that I love to write in. It has like old timey paper, and this is just for me. This is just mine. So you can just start every single day with just like one sentence and then see where it goes from there. And just you could even go at it as if you're talking to your inner child. Like, what would you say to your inner child? And just take it one day at a time. But today is the day. I love this card. So, as always, I really do enjoy doing these videos for you guys. I hope that it helps. If you have any questions or need any help, just feel free to reach out. Until the next video, take care and have a great rest of your day.